you so much for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for giving up your time today. Did you hear some of what I was saying?
No.
Okay. Well, I said you're just amazing and you've created but one of the things that I said in my introduction before we talked about the brand was that all perfumers, young perfumers, when they're starting their career, they really want to have that one hit, that one bestseller, because it then makes the rest of the career so good. You've had so many, but what was your first one? What was your first, big seller where you thought, yes, I made it?
Well, thank you very much, Darius, for this question. In fact, it was in 1985, a long time ago. Most of you were not born. And I created a fragrance for the Spanish market. It was Aire del Hueve. And Hueve belongs to Firmenich today, and it was a huge success and still belongs, to their roots, to their habits to wear it, because it's very sparkling, and it's number 2, number 3 on the market. But that's funny. That's something I don't mention to anybody. But when I started my career, it was 45 years ago. I started at 10 years old. Almost. And the thing is, I started at 18. I went to the States and I was staying there. But I think after 2 years, because I was trained by my father for the ingredients, I was surrounded by perfumers and so on down in Grasse, the capital of Cradle of Perfumery. And I think when I was like 20 years old, I said, okay, I'm the best of the world, going to meet lots of fragrances immediately. And I went to see some clients, and one client was a major one. He was the general manager of Dior, I remember, and I worked on the fragrance, and of course I lost it. And the general manager of Dior, Mr. Bourdon, he was the father of Pierre Bourdon, he said to myself, he said, okay, well, it's not bad what you've done. You started when? You started 2 years ago? I said, yes. So he said, okay, so come back and you can come back when you will be 10 years experience in fine fragrances. And I said, well, he doesn't understand. He's an old guy. I was upset, but he was right. So in order to feel something, you need at least 10 years to understand perfumery, and I think it's true in every kind of jobs.
Absolutely, thank you for that. So, just to tell you a little bit about how we see the rest of this hour proceeding, I'm going to ask Olivier lots of questions, but I'm sure you've got lots of questions as well, and we want to make sure that you have time to ask them. And also, please don't forget that the ticket that you bought tonight, the price of the ticket is redeemable against a purchase made at Harrods at the Agro counter today. Do take advantage of that. I think there will be people who will be able to take you up to the Agro counter, and also take advantage of the fact that we've got the perfumer here, because he will be able to sign the bottles, I think, or the tins. You've been signing bottles as well, actually.
Yes, bottles
of the new perfume, East, which is what we should, I think, start by talking about. We're going to do as much smelling as we can, but I think we'll kind of play it by ear a little bit as we go along, because it's quite a kind of confined space, and we don't want to overwhelm the smells. Now, I said as well in the introduction, Olivier, that all of the perfumes in Acro are inspired by guilty pleasures or naughty pleasures, the pleasures of life. So we've got coffee, and chocolate, and tattooing, and cigarettes, etc. But this new one, which is a Harrods exclusive called East, the name doesn't immediately tell us what the guilty pleasure is. So why don't you tell us, why East? What does East refer to?
Well, East, in fact, it's Anaïs, my daughter, who found the concept when she was living here in Marlow, in London, in Marlow, and so we've done together quite a lot of fragrances. But East, it's her idea. It's because I'm traveling quite a lot, especially to East countries. So she said, Dad, can you work on a kind of wood, and we're gonna to call it East, and it's addiction. It's pleasures of traveling to these countries and even to Asia.
Okay, so here the pleasure is being almost obsessed with traveling.
Yes, and why that idea of wood? I think Middle East, they have lots of very interesting fragrances, and in a few years you will see a big trend, big wave, big tsunami coming from Middle East, surrounding Europe and all the other countries like North America or South America, because their perfumery is amazing, and based mainly on woods, on the dry woods, on agar wood and cypriol. So I never tried in my life to work on wood.
I was going to ask you that. Had you not used much
No,
before? Okay,
no,
right.
never. But as I was traveling quite a lot to Qatar, to Dubai, and to other countries, I got the idea of working on a beautiful wood called East. But the thing is, I said to myself, if we want to be successful on the European market, so then we have to avoid the cheesy smell that you can encounter sometimes in the wood, and also the animalic part, the cow farm stuff, which a person...
The cow farm stuff, I like that. Avoid the cow farms.
Stable. Yeah. The thing is, I don't like that. You see.
Okay.
So I try to make something very flowery, but maybe we're going.
Yes, I was going to say you've got your blotters ready. So my helpful assistants are going to. Now the blotters are really cool as well, because the blotters, when you spray on them, a picture reveals itself. And then the picture starts fading away. What's the picture that comes up, though? I don't know what the picture is that comes up on the
Sand dunes.
Oh, sand dunes and desert. That's really good.
Yes.
We should also say that the bottle at least is different from the other Acro bottles because it's black and gold. Should I hold it up?
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And the packaging is also different because it's black and gold packaging. But I want to go back to what you were saying just now. So it was a very, very conscious and deliberate decision to not go for something that was going to be super animalic. You started telling us you wanted fruity, floral.
Well, in fact, I wanted to, of course, do some agarwood, some cypriol, some saffron. But the thing is, I tried to make it very open in the flowery part, using some roses, and using also some raspberry. It's a beautiful, natural raspberry I've been using this year. And it's, of course it's woody, you have some patchouli, you have some leather, but it's made in a way that it's very mild, it's very soft, it's very smooth, very easy, it's not hurting, and well, of course in the family we have been wearing it, we have been asking also some Middle East people to wear it, and I mean the feedback we've got was excellent. So that's why we come up on beautiful wood, and also something strange, when I was talking with our distributors in Panama, Mexico, Colombia, and so on, and they were all saying, when are you going to launch also wood? And I said, well, wood is not your tendency because it's freshness over there. So you see, there is a great evolution every year that we have to catch. See? And I love to follow, I love to travel, and I love to pick up the market, to smell the market.
Now, I have to ask you as well, if the idea was inspired by traveling, does that mean that Anais got the idea during COVID? When we couldn't travel? Does that...
Probably, yeah. Probably it was the end of COVID. She got that marvelous idea. Yeah.
Okay. And then this is a Harrods exclusive. Did you know from the beginning that it would be a Harrods exclusive when you were composing?
Not at all.
Okay.
At the beginning, when you create something, you create it for yourself, you see, in order to please yourself. As soon as you show it to someone else, then it doesn't belong to you. It's true in any creations, paintings, sculpting, everything, you know, the act of creating, it's for you at the beginning. But then it belongs to anybody, and usually I don't do fragrances for certain type of for the French or for the English or whatever. I used to say for the Queen of England. I'm not creating fragrances for the Queen of England. I was saying it's for us at the beginning, but for anybody who loves fragrances, perfumery.